You want to start it?
Yeah, I mean, all right. So
what? No, I'm talking about like getting it going.
How that work? So I forgot how you did it. You was like,
I was like, all right, welcome everybody to another episode of What's Your Perspective. Yeah, you say your name.
What I say my name was? I forgot what I said last time.
You need to write it.
I really did. It was an alias.
I can't even get it out.
It was an alias, man.
I can't even get it out, man. You want me to write it down?
Oh, for real? What was it, man?
Supreme, man.
Supreme. All right,
That's
that's
what I was
all
going to
right.
say.
All right, I sure forget. All right. Welcome to another episode of What's Your Opinion?
God damn.
I want to make sure I get this right, man. So I ain't taking no takes. Like, welcome to another episode of What's Your Opinion?
Go ahead and practice, man. Let me get a fan real quick, man.
Supreme here with, Bam Bam.
You sure that's Supreme?
Yeah, Supreme, man. I don't remember, man. Another installment of What's Your Opinion?
What's the episode called again? What's happening?
What's your opinion? Oh, man.
When I rise or something?
What happened, man?
Go ahead and practice, man. Go ahead.
I'm good. I got it now. What's your opinion? I get it.
What?
What's your opinion? Perspective. Damn.
God damn. This ain't just a blooper section.
No, yeah.
Boy, stop.
Welcome to another installment of What's Your Perspective? We are here today with Supreme and
I'm Richard Wolf, y'all.
Richard Wolf and Mondo. So, today's episode, we are going to discuss, is hip hop good for the culture? Oh, damn, that was quick. You ain't even think about it, man. You ain't even no thought into it. You just gonna give it a thumbs up. All right, man. So let's hear it, man. Here we are. Since you,
Well,
Pick it up, man.
well, I mean, who think that hip hop or rap or whatever the hell y'all want to call it these days is good for the culture?
all right. Before we dissect that though, has it ever been good for the culture?
I say yeah. I
Okay.
say, what about you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Why you say that?
that's how hip hop started.
Okay.
Hip hop story.
Hip hop started. It was a positive movement, giving out a positive message for black people to uplift black people, and kind of express to the world the trials and troubles that we're going to that they may not have known, but in a fun, creative way.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. I agree with all of it up until the point where you say it's bad for the culture.
Oh, I ain't got there yet.
All right, well, I mean, I'm sure that's where we were going. You know what I mean?
I
It's
ain't
like,
got there. I mean, because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to give fairness to the conversation.
yeah. No, I would agree. Like, I don't think you got, like, I don't know the origins like that, but I think, that's pretty accurate to an extent, So, and I would assume everyone would agree that we feel like that part of hip hop in its infancy was good for the culture.
Yeah.
So then, we progress along.
Well, so at that particular time, we were rapping about what was just happening in our neighborhoods and blah 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 blah.
That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying? That's kind of what that was.
But if you think about it, that's what people are doing in today's hip hop. They're still rapping about what's going on.
Oh,
around.
we ain't got there yet.
I know. I'm just saying. Though. I just want to. I just want to
go there.
parallels. That's all I'm saying, man. It's very similar. You know what I mean? I just thought that I should, because I didn't want to forget that point. I was gonna say that it's like, yeah, that's what they were doing. All right. So like, at first it was just like moving the crowd, like rocking the crowd. It wasn't like written down bars or nothing like that. And then it kind of became that. And when it became that, you had, that's when you get the, what's that, Rapper's Delight, where it's like, what was that, the broken glass everywhere. I don't know.
Well, see, that's when it first came mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first mainstream rap song
Commercialized.
right there that hip hop.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knows that, you know. And then at that particular time, I don't know, that was 1979, 1980 or something, when that popped off. And then, like I said, you gotta understand where life was evolving at that particular moment, because just like even with the 60s, with rock and roll and stuff like that, they came with the times of war.
Yeah.
And all the songs came out, and drugs was very prevalent at that particular time, to where all these groups on acid and PCP, and you get a lot of those sounds, things were just happening. So when it came to us, we had like James Browns and all that kind of stuff, but then you have the next generation that's always into something different, into something new. And that's when Rappers Delight them came out and was hitting that. So you check all the old MCs with their gear, and with respect, but they had their gear on, like the old Parliament, you know, with the tights and the revealing and I mean, that's just kind of what that was. That's just the style back then and whatnot. And then at a certain point with that, drugs got put into our neighborhoods. Because you think about it, a lot of people who were a little older than me would say when Reagan was in office, that's when a lot of black people were out of jobs. I know you probably heard that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was real rough in the early 80s for black people. And that's when all the ghettos and the hoods started popping up. Because prior to that, we had families, we had structure back in the 60s. That's just what we had. And then as the 70s hit with disco and drugs and all that kind of stuff, and then just a lot of black men, for multiple reasons, being taken out of the home, this is what we're coming into with a lot of poverty, along with the government assistance and blah, 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 and then this is what you're left with. Anything when you come with black people, one thing we always try and do, we try and make lemons out of lemonade. What is it?
Lemonade.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Y'all understand what I'm saying. But that's when rap came into play. You get what I'm saying? It came into play to where it takes you out of your reality with being creative. Once again, like how we've always been just creative and inventing stuff. Right? Because we've invented pretty much everything here in the world. We invented that. I mean, that's they'll get around, so we're always inventing stuff. But at that particular thing, when the drugs hit the system, that's when our gangs popped up.
Yeah.
Well, no, let me switch that. Let me switch it up. Because of what was happening to black people with the government and the police, there was no one helping us. So that's why gangs formed. So a lot of people don't know, a lot of people do know that gangs formed, like the Crips and all that, they formed as far as neighborhood protection against the cops. And then at a certain point, the drugs got thrown into the neighborhood, and then there are no jobs, and that's when turf wars kicked in at the same time when rap was really starting to get its feet moving, and then it became a reflection of what was kind of out there to a certain degree. What you got?
Well, you explained what I was saying, a little bit precursor to the recording that is generational, because you went through several generations and explained the evolving of rap and how it basically reflects what we're going through. So I really can't say that it's not positive for the culture, because it's actually teaching some people about our culture. It may be given to them in a negative light, but it's all facts and it's all truth. You can't just sugarcoat it and pretend that everything's all good when it ain't. So as far as, I'm not going to give it a thumbs down, I'm going to give it kind of like, I'm teetering with it.
But when you say teaching about our culture, do you want to
think
do you want to say it in a different kind of way?
No, I'm going to say teaching, because rap is when I make rap, I'm making it for my brothers and sisters, but you got to know that other cultures and other demographics are listening to it as well. So that's their only insight on what we're going through. They don't live here. So
before you go any further, is there one style of rap or two styles? Because as far as what you're saying, I don't want you to make them as there two. Because what I'm saying, because rap was like, this is what's going on in my hood, you know, but it's nothing negative with it. If you get what I'm saying. Early on. And then, cause when you say teach about what's going on, yeah, I understand that. But then when it comes to the negative part, then when you say teach, I'm like, I don't want them to be teaching people this stuff right here. Cause they, you know what I'm saying? But before I get into the why, I don't want them to be taught that this is black culture, cause
maybe
that ain't my culture.
he could be using the wrong word though.
That's why I asked him.
Shed light on.
And that's why I said teach.
Yeah. Maybe shed light on.
You get what I'm saying?
Teach.
It's all under the same umbrella. It's just like
me because they're learning and that's how they're learning it.
It may be something negative, but I mean, actually, yeah, it is teaching. Like even the lingo, this lingo that folks would never be hip to, not unless you ain't heard it rap. Because it's not like everybody is going to know somebody from the hood to be like, oh, this mean that or whatever mean, you know what I mean? You wouldn't know not unless you listen to hip hop. So, I mean, yeah, teach. It is. If you think about it is teach.
We pretty much laid down to a certain degree our standpoints on stuff. But let's really home in. I'm let you go first, then you, then I go. What's your stance on rap just in general? Just, I guess you could say from today, but where I'm gonna go from the 90s. Well, actually, I'm gonna go from the late 80s. But what's your stance on rap? And then what's your stance? And then I'll tell you mine.
You want to go from the late 80s, you start so I can get an idea of what you asked.
Okay, well, fine. So, all right. I can speak on rap as far as how I feel if it's good or bad because I've been there pretty much since the beginning. I'm saying, yeah. I mean, like you've been there pretty much since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it started before us in the '60s.
Yeah,
I
I
see what I'm saying. I see what you're saying. I was born in '78, not to get my age away. But I was born in '78.
When it came mainstream,
You know what I'm saying?
you were there to see it.
So I was there to see it. At the same time, I was also entrenched in it, of like how everyone else was. It was the new pop thing as far as with the '80s. '80s had sports, music, movies, comedy, sports, everything in the 80s, everything was brand new. You know what I'm saying? Just science fiction, everything was brand new technology. 80s, and rap was one of those. You get what I'm saying? And by me being at that particular time, this is stuff that's sounding good. You just can't get around certain stuff. If it just sounds good, it just is what it is.
Yeah, it was new.
Right. So I'm listening to it, and you know, at the same time, you got two styles of rap that was happening though. You see what I'm saying? You had the Curtis Blows out there. I kind of heard that a little bit back then, but I was a little too young when I was coming up. You see what I'm saying? When I was really in the rap, like one of my earliest rap songs was like from Run DMC. You be tripping or something, you be ill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember my father who passed away, he say, don't be singing that. You know, I'm like, I don't understand why I can't sing it. It is just a song. But he didn't understand rap at the time. The song wasn't bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he come from a Motown, old school type situation. This is rap, this is what it is. But what I'm saying is, I heard bits and pieces, but I really didn't get into my thing until NWA came out. So this is what I'm in now. See what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know, like back in the day in St. Louis, this thing called the flea market that we used to go to. You remember that, right? On St. Charles Rock Road.
They still have some.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to buy $3 tapes. Well, actually, my mom used to buy $3 tapes for me. You know what I'm saying? To where the tape, had all the songs on each side. Well, it was opposite for whatever reason. Like the tracks on this side is actually on the other side. But anyway, so my mother's buying this stuff, and I'm listening to Eazy-E. I'm listening to all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Nobody Move, Nobody Get Hurt. You remember that? Where he went to the bank and he shot the place up or whatever.
Yeah.
He took a chick to the back. He was the biggest tit that and you see what I'm saying? I'm singing all this stuff in the 3rd grade.
Which one? That's like my son.
I know,
Back
but
then.
I'm saying, but I'm singing this in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's-
And thinking that no one is telling me I should not be listening to any of this stuff. No one is. I'm listening to. My mother bought me this tape, so that kind of shows the mentality of just our parents at that time. But anyway, so listening to that, and then going up through the years, I'm just trying to find myself, and I'm still in the music because rap is now just getting more popular. But now you got all these groups like Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, all these people coming out, and I'm still listening out. And I always listen to all different kind of music, just in general. It wasn't always just rap. But listening to that kind of stuff, I was the one to not trying to emulate a lot of that stuff. But I know a lot of people that did. That got them in trouble. And that just leads me up to today as far as what my issues I'm having with rap, as far as I don't look at rappers, I look at rap as movies. I mean, you like an action movie. You like a horror movie, don't you? People getting shot up, whatever, and it's entertainment. You enjoy, you watch it, and then you go about your business. When it comes to rap these days, with a majority, I don't say a majority, but I say a nice amount of our people in our culture, they want to live that lifestyle. And I got a big problem with that, with all the other stuff that we got going on, to where it's time we got to change it, because I see this as one of the things that's keeping us down, and we're not being elevated. Just even with respect. Where is respect? Like, there's no respect just anymore out there. And then you got all these youths who listen to all this rap music being just hella disrespectful out in the world right now. Now, a lot of that is them, but it's also us too, my particular age group. Because we came from a culture of listening to what they listen to. And our scope of stuff kind of changed a little bit. So I can't blame all of them, but I got to put us in it too. So, but that's my take so far on the earliest rap to where it is to at this point before I even get into where it's really at, you know.
But with all that being said, you grew up off of hip hop, correct?
Along with other music, yes.
Yeah.
I personally got to put that in there. I got to do it like that.
All right. I mean, yeah. So was everybody else, but hip hop was a part of you growing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you say that the respect is being lost with this generation. It's not so much because
Not this generation. I'm talking about, I was giving examples of what the generation is doing, but coming up from the 80s with NWA, when it really started with Ice-T with 6 in the morning, it just flooded, we just went buck wild with already just being not in the greatest position that we were in.
Yeah.
And then this just really helped catapult the downside of stuff.
your son, for example, I'm sure you would say he grew up off of hip hop. He's very respectable though. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's not because of the music that he's listening to, but the parents that are raising him. The parents that are raising him or telling him the difference. Hey, that's, you know what I mean? That's just hip hop. Like this ain't really what it is or whatever. So that when he gets into society, he's not the one of them ones that are being disrespectful or not even on a respect thing, but knows the difference, knows how to carry yourself like a man rather than you see a lot of people his age.
Now, do you really want to hold that stance like that as far as your parenting? Because I can give you some examples.
Yeah, I just think that's a prime example though. Like
Well, I'm saying it will help, but you're still an individual at the end of the day. You're still gonna do what you want to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So, okay, people can have their opinion about stuff, but I don't want to make it to where rap isn't bad. No, the stuff is bad. It's horrible right now. I'm telling you that it is.
It was horrible back then
I
though.
was going to say that.
It was horrible back then. No, that's my point. But my stance for what's your perspective so today is to say I got a problem with rap music as a whole. I'm not talking about your 1 and 2 artists. That these artists have gone to the wayside. It's just all the so-called. Now, don't get me wrong. Just like an action movie and a horror movie, I like those. Should I watch romance movies? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I like a lot of that rap music more so from my particular generation. But at the same time, when I'm more of an adult now, when I think back, I'm like, a lot of that stuff, it was cool, but it wasn't the best. But I'm fine with it, but that next person ain't. And the next person is just like this person who's not. And then now we got a problem. Now we got a group of people to where even as black men, look at the role models that we have. I don't call these people role models, but these people look up to these people when they spitting up a negativity. I gotta be an adult and say, this stuff gotta go right now. It is what it is, man, because how is it helping? It ain't helping.
Oh, it's helping because the thing is,
Helping what?
if they don't get that influence from the music, they'll just go to the movies. And then, wait, hold up, let me finish. Let me finish. They're gonna go to the movies, which is Hollywood, which is less black people, which means less of our community are getting a piece of the pie that's needed to put their families on. So, for instance, you can have somebody 23, 24 make one hit, can live off that the rest of their lives, can feed not only themselves but their family the rest of their lives.
No, I'm not talking about you can't make rap music. No, I'm talking about, when I say rap as a whole, I'm talking about just where it's become.
Yeah, where it's become.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't care if you say all what you're saying. My issue is the people that's following it. So those people are then making the situation a lot worse. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want you to be able to get your money. Of course. Why wouldn't I? If all you gotta say on the track is hey, and that work, brother, get it. But what I'm saying is, my issue is people are making it as this is law. That this is what it is. This is what it means to be black. This is our culture. This is not our culture. This is crap is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I've been around long enough to have my opinion on that to where I don't see anything positive coming from it. And just in the sense of people being able to make a particular type of living. But at the same time, what are even some of them even doing with all this money that they have? Except throwing it out the window and all the shenanigans that they're doing. You might have one or two people that's doing this.
They doing better with their money now than the rappers from our generation.
Yes.
These
Well,
kids,
yeah.
This is why I say that. I say that only because, okay, at what point are we going to do something to change our own circumstance?
What's wrong with the rap? I guess we're talking about rap now, right? Per se, what's wrong with it this generation? Because me and you pretty much the same age, and I fuck with it. I fuck with what they doing.
You have to
I don't
give
see
it a
any
chance.
difference from.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest, I think that you got when you asked me earlier about different, I guess, rap styles. There's always going to be different rap. You still got your conscious rappers, your backpack rappers. You got your gangster rappers. You got your lean rappers. You got your trapper rappers. So I guess it depends on what you like to listen to. But
who's the majority you listen to? You get about 6 examples.
yeah, it's always going to be different.
The majority would have listened to. The 6 you just gave, what would you say?
Probably, the majority is probably going to be trapper rapper or boom rappers.
That's why I'm stopping it.
And then you go back to our generation, ours was gangster rap and
that's
drug rap.
And that's why I'm stopping it.
You got to think
But
about
and that's why I'm stopping it, because when I say rap, I say rap as a whole as far as that, because that's what the majority of rap is.
But what are these kids rapping about? They're rapping about, as I said earlier, their upbringing, what they've seen, what they've been through, you know. And
right, but at the same time, you know for a fact that they also glorify a lot of unnecessary stuff. I mean, come on.
That is true. Because a lot of stuff isn't real, you know. No one killed 50 niggas with one bullet.
But why are you at this point in day and age? You don't know. You young as a kid. You touch the stove. You gotta learn the hard way. Okay, we get that. As you get older, you teach someone and don't do it that way.
Right.
We still doing the same stuff from the 80s, and I'm saying that's a problem. That's what I'm saying.
And rap is the problem.
It's one of our particular problems, because it's one thing that collectively, as a group, we all go to it. What I'm trying to do is come up with different solutions to help our situation, and rap is a big problem of it.
Then why do you think that is though? Why do you think we gravitate towards that? Because the negative.
Because
it sells.
Okay.
In movies and anything, it
sells. And people relate to it. People can relate to it.
Sells. I mean, it is what it is. But like you said, people relate to it.
They relate to it. Yeah.
Just because you can relate to it, that don't make it right though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you want somebody to have a voice that has a voice. You want somebody to have a voice for you.
But voice of what though?
Of what you
No,
going through,
no.
what you experience.
Okay. It's like this. I would be in favor of what you're saying if we were in a better position. And then that's just one of the things that people like to go smoke a cigar or something. If that's one thing you want to listen to, that's stuff that it ain't saying anything good, it's saying everything bad. But we're good as a culture. I don't have no problem with that.
But who
I'm not having an opinion. But when I see that we're not, and then this is one of the culprits of it, that's why I have a problem. Now, does that make more sense? Just for understanding what I'm saying.
That makes sense from your standpoint. Yes, it does. It makes sense from your standpoint. It makes sense from prior generation standpoint. That's why they, probably always was telling us don't listen to that. They probably seen the future before we seen the future, but not necessarily that I grew up like that. I grew up in neighborhoods the same as these rappers, but I didn't come out exactly like what I've been listening to. All my friends, they didn't follow rap, but it seemed like they lived that same lifestyle as the rappers. They did exactly what some of these songs that I'm listening to today doing. Kids are very influential by what they hear and what they see.
And that's a problem. That's what I'm saying. It's
not
a problem.
all of them, but then it comes to what he said earlier. Sometimes your parents can be the fork in the road to get you to go the right direction, by saying like, hey, that stuff not real, the stuff you wearing, the guns you got, it's just entertainment. It's supposed to be entertainment,
You said the word supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be. Because some of that is their real life, so I can't say that somebody's faking
But
all the time.
it's still
It's supposed to be entertainment. Yeah.
But it's entertainment for the
Just,
artist.
Yeah. For you.
No, it's entertainment for the artist.
The artist is entertaining you.
But it's for the artist. You take it as just because this one person.
Oh, shit, then you talking like a Karen who's saying her kids shouldn't be playing GTA right now, then. That game is going to make you around.
Everything's
like,
going to do something.
Yeah.
That's what parents are still being on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
To a certain degree, I don't know what demographic plays Grand Theft Auto. But I'm talking about what I do know as far as with rap music. A majority of our kids and just people in general that look just like us or listen to this stuff, pants sagging all everywhere. I'm not trying to sound old, but come on, really.
Is that from rap though?
It started in rap.
That's why it didn't start in rap.
But what I'm saying is, but these rappers again are very influential.
They are.
And they got all this stuff that they're doing that people are mimicking. Like I don't see how y'all just don't see that people are mimicking and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think this is more of the issue. You guys probably just don't see any of that as an issue in our culture. And if that's the case, then that's just the case.
Yeah, because it's like my parents said when I was a kid, but they don't say no more. You grow up, you grow out of it. Everybody's path in life is different. Everybody ain't gonna grow at the same rate as everybody. So it's just a progression in life. Some people, everybody, like maybe you didn't do it.
But we're not progressing though. That's what I'm saying. And what I'm trying to do is come up with solutions.
We are.
Okay. Now be real honest. Because the three of us are not the guys that I'm talking about. And you know.
But at one point in time, I was pants sagging. I was doing some of the stuff that's in hip hop.
Yeah, but I mean, it was.
But was you doing it because of hip hop or because?
I don't know. It probably was. I'm not gonna lie. It probably was an influence on hip hop. I can be totally honest and say that. But eventually, and some people don't wake up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
I can't explain it, man.
Do you think that we'd be in a collectively as a whole in a better position with rap from the 80s up to now or without? Do you think that we'd be in a better position?
Same.
I think it'd be the same.
Same. Because it's bigger. It's way bigger than hip hop. It's the system that is built, that this country was even built on, or backs, like to contain, to put us down, to have us less than and lower than. That's always that we were built on. The country was. That's the foundation of this country. So it ain't hip hop is just a product of the system that we have been forced into. We ain't got. I mean, it's much deeper than hip hop.
Would you let your 5-year-old son listen to rap today? I'm talking about as far as like the Lil Durks and all them.
Yes, I would. I can't have him listening to my generation rap because that's not true to him. It's his generation. So that's what he listens to. I listen to it too because I want to know what they listening to. I'm not going to ignore it.
to Lil
Yes, I
Webby,
would.
Lil Durk.
Yes, I will.
Future.
Yep.
Kenny, I can really understand. So I know he ain't understand what he's saying. Yeah,
because they're gonna
vibe.
find a way to
It's
listen
a
to it.
vibe.
They around me. It's cool.
That's
They're
a
gonna
fact
find a
too.
way.
'Cause my
They got
parents is-
cell phones,
my
it
parents
doesn't
is the
matter.
same
So
thing.
I'd rather know.
I'm pressing the same thing. You can't listen to this music, but every time you
So if your 9-year-old son wanted to go to
That's different.
Lil Durk concert,
That's
way different. That's different.
You'll take.
That's
It
different.
is different.
What's different?
Because you
You talking about 9-year-old at an adult concert?
no.
No, that's what they do.
But just say no.
That might be
You
what
just,
they do,
you
but
just
I
say
would.
no. Yeah, just
me
say
to
no.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you go to
When
school,
you become 19, if you
you're
want
in
to
hip
go
hop.
there,
I was in what Matthew Dickey. You're in hip hop.
No,
You don't hear it as a kid.
No.
No. You can't escape that.
I ain't talking about our generation. You don't know no better back then. You didn't grow.
I'm saying the kids.
And that's why I have this opinion now. I didn't have that opinion back when you talking about.
You can
because
take
I
it-
didn't know any better then.
You can
Right,
take it out the house.
but your dad did when he told you
Yeah.
not to be listened
Well,
to. Don't be ill.
well,
don't
that-
listen to that. You didn't know why.
Nah, that was different. That was
That's the
different.
same.
Nah,
Same
it
thing.
was
I can
very-
tell my
it
9-year-old
was-
son,
it
don't
was-
listen to Lil Durk.
it was
I don't
very
know why
different.
I'm telling him not to.
It's
At least I
very
think my
different.
reason why
I'ma tell you-
it's
I'ma
the
tell
same.
you why.
It's the exact same.
I'm gonna tell you why it's very different. Because Run DMC ain't talking about no shit with Durk.
He don't know that. He didn't know that.
No,
He just knew
no,
the example.
he's talking about just rap in general. I ain't talking about rap in general. I'm talking about a certain sector. That's the difference.
So
See,
you
that's what I'm
saying
saying.
all
It's
right?
two different things.
If you had a
That's what I'm saying.
if you had a 5-year-old, you would just nitpick which hip hop you can listen to.
I don't listen to none of this the bullshit. Now,
Not even. I'm saying, but
Well,
there's some
well,
good shit out
well,
there.
well,
though.
Well, no. If it's rap that ain't talking about no crap, then that's fine.
How
But
about
I'm not trying. I don't want to bring up any more of this kind of stuff because we need to clean up some stuff.
You can.
I'm sorry, y'all, about rap music. I'm sorry, but we gotta clean some stuff up.
You can still
and
clean
rap
some
is
stuff
one of them. Of many different things that we gotta clean
So
up.
you got your years and generations fixed the gangster rap and shit you like to hear. Now you're like, okay, we gotta cut it off. We need to hear this is better stuff than this. You know, this is what I'm trying to like. Nah,
It'll
it
make-
don't work like
it'll
that.
make
It don't work like that, bro.
it'll make
It don't work like that.
millionaires out
It
there
didn't work
that had
for
nothing,
all
man.
parents.
There's
It
no
didn't
way.
work for
Even
their
today,
parents.
dog.
It don't work. It didn't work.
It has made
Never
too
gonna
many
work like that.
millionaires. Some people billionaires. There's no way you saying get rid of hip hop because they could be our next billionaire. They could be our next Jay-Z. They could be our next Diddy.
I
That
just
could be
say,
our next-
no, see, y'all missing it. You keep saying rap. I'm only talking about a certain part of rap.
Jay-Z was talking about dealing dope, man, for years. He just stopped talking about that. And look where he at now. You got to give people a chance to grow, though, because these people are coming from
When
nothing.
you say grow, that's what I said. Y'all were against it.
No, we're not against it.
You were against it.
Not
Because I
against
said that we need to grow. You just gave my example of Jay-Z.
No,
He used to do something. He don't do it no more. That's the path
Well,
we
then
need
give
to be
them
on.
their
That's
chance.
it.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
saying
Give
they
Lil
won't
Durk
grow.
a chance to
You
grow.
saying
Give
they
these
fucking up.
people a chance to
It's
grow.
not.
And that's the beautiful part of hip hop.
Well, no. Okay. What I'm saying is, people reflect certain things they see when it comes to rap.
That is true.
But they're not doing, okay, they're not, just, okay, I remember what you probably gonna say. One person gonna do what Jay-Z did. I'm talking about a regular person, a regular walking, one person did it, and that's gonna be it. No, everybody ain't gonna do what Jay-Z doing.
But everybody ain't gonna do what the Killer Mike, or not Killer Mike, but you know, Killer Boo Boo, what he doing.
And you're right,
Everybody gonna do that.
everybody not gonna do it, but it's gonna be enough that will, to where I'm saying that's what the problem is.
Well, how you know that
That's
gonna
all-
be enough?
that's
That's
all
what
I'm saying.
Jay-Z doing.
And that's
You
the
only
thing
go
is-
one
So
direction.
let's go right there. So do you think that more would do what Jay-Z do or what the other cats do? Because every
That's
time I
my
see,
point. Look, it's
every time I
easier.
see they doing this,
It's
they
easier
doing
to
that.
do
That's all
this
you
than
wanna
to
see.
do what Jay-Z
That's all you wanna
It's
see.
easier to do.
Man, that's all I want to see.
That's all you want to see, obviously. Look up somebody that's doing something better with their money.
Yeah.
Making a good impact and influence. So what they rapping about, you know, dragging bodies to the dumpster and shit. Maybe they doing something better still outside of that. You ain't looking for that. You just looking for the little boo-boos and little safety pants and shit.
No, I am looking for it because I want to see more of this. I'm trying to advocate.
But this is what I'm
Advocate.
saying.
I mean, that's what I'm
This is what I'm
saying.
telling you, man. It's much easier to do the killing and the dope dealing than it is to level up and boss up like Jay-Z. So of course,
So what you talking about in real life or just
in
rap?
real life, yeah. You think if everybody can do what Jay-Z did, you think everybody just be sitting around like, no, that whatever he did.
No, okay, wait a minute.
What I'm saying is-
Let's be clear on what Jay-Z did. From my understanding, as far as the point he was making, Jay-Z was talking about stuff, and he switched his talk up. I'm only talking about that.
He switched his life up.
Well, he switched his life up. I'm gonna talk about that.
And he switched his life
So-
up as a result of talking about the things that he was doing in the streets.
Right, but he
As he got
realized,
older, as he matured.
but he didn't realize he probably shouldn't be doing a lot of this stuff because
He
it's not.
said
It's
he
not
actually
productive.
said it on record, you know. So
He said what?
I can't remember the exact bar off top. Maybe we can plug it in, but he didn't say that just because Jiggas do it, just because Jiggas say he did it, don't mean you do it. You know. He's telling his
So
story.
now, with that statement right there, to me that's powerful. But from my understanding, what y'all saying, he shouldn't be saying that. He should say this and keep the real one over here and let everybody run him up.
Nobody said that. Don't do the wordplay. Nobody
He's
said that.
saying don't do it.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm
You
saying.
can't-
Don't do it. I'm saying the exact same thing. Don't do it no more. We gotta stop this stuff.
No, Jigga didn't say.
I'm not.
He didn't say
Okay.
don't do it. He just said don't do what he did.
Just because I
Just 'cause he
he's
did it.
saying
He
just
ain't
because I
say don't
told
do it
you
at all.
they don't. Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm saying.
But the point is, at some point, we got to change up a whole lot of stuff with just our culture, just
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
And rap, to me, is one of the things that we got to change.
You don't listen to rap anymore, so I don't know how you can say that.
I listen
That
to
is
rap.
true.
You don't listen to it anymore, so I don't see how you can say that.
Wasn't this rap song playing when you walked in the door?
What was it about? What was he talking
Yeah,
about?
it
What's
wasn't
the
that new if it was. I'm talking about some new hip hop.
Yeah.
But it's still.
It ain't the same because you do that. And that's like why you got that perspective.
I'm saying, what does that matter if it's new? Or what does that mean?
Because you
you
don't even
ain't
know what
have
it's talking about.
perspective. You
don't
ain't have
know-
perspective.
You gotta be able to.
I know what's on the radio and stuff being played today.
That's just, oh man, that's a
I
small,
mean,
that's a small fraction
that's
on
what
the
they
high
brainwash
chart of
you
what's in hip
to
hop.
listening to.
That's a small fraction.
Right, but what I'm saying, but you all agree that the majority is something that they pushing as negative. And we just can't get around that. And that's the only point I'm getting on to where I have a problem with 2022. We got to stop.
Okay.
We got to get rid of stuff. Like you a J. Cole fan. Right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
Somewhat.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I fuck with
Okay,
it.
now I'm not really a J. Cole fan. You know what I'm saying? It just
Why
kinda-
not? You positive.
It just is
You
what
love
it is.
him.
It just is what it is.
And
But
he's done.
but he making his money. You get what I'm saying? You got your couple of them like Kanye West. You got a couple of them that kind of stick in this one lane and it work. But it ain't the majority that's being pushed though. That's what I'm saying. So when I say rap, I'm not talking about those guys. I will let my 5-year-old listen to something like that or something. But it's not helping. Is it helping or hurting? Which one is it? Helping or hurting? Helping or hurting?
Look, man, it's a
It's-
few
it's-
points to
it's-
make,
it's
man.
helping or hurting?
What do you expect? All right, these people are coming out of very low income communities with low education, not the best schools. Let's be honest. We don't have the best schools in the hood. You can't go to no hood and be like, oh yeah, that's a top school in the city. What America? No, it's always the worst. And you're expecting them to produce something that is uplifting, that is educational. It just.
Well, hold on. Before you go any further with that,
How you?
before you go any further with that, it was already done before.
Oh, who? They really what?
It was already done before.
Who you said did it?
Curtis Blowham already did it.
Man, come on,
Shit,
man.
his first line.
Come on.
Fucking glad
Yeah, he's talking
everywhere.
about his hood. He's talking about his hood.
I don't think you got what he said. I don't think you got what he said.
Okay.
Okay, he's talking about the surroundings, but he ain't talking about. He's talking about this is where I'm at, but I'm also want to uplift. They ain't talking about that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah,
my
they
point.
are, man. They are. Every like
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's their way of talking about it.
Yeah, that's-
If I'm talking about selling drugs and getting money, buying a big ass house for my moms and my kids and shit, that's in a way that's the best way I can express uplifting. I can't do it like J. Cole did it. I can't do it like maybe busting somebody else.
Because they didn't come from that community. They come from a community and an educational system that this is the best that they have. And if that's the best that they have, if there are people. So like when I was in high school,
But,
of
hold on,
course,
but you do know everybody who's in that particular predicament don't all rap about that kind of stuff too.
that is true. And that's their
Right,
choice.
so
that's
right, so you can choose to rap whatever you want to rap about,
Right.
And then they choosing to be like what's popular.
Well, no.
No, yeah. So, but then you got these people who just following the trend. That's why all the,
You do have that.
that's why the mainstream is that hardcore stuff that I have a problem with.
Yeah, you do have
You just can't get around that.
But then that's the same with any entertainment genre. I mean, that could be movies. The mainstream is always action packed, killer. It's always there. Those are the movies that seem to do the best.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's society. That's society.
Rap is society for a lot of people.
Right, and that's a problem when it comes to us because just because you have one white person that might want to imitate or emulate, it's not a nice majority of them like how it is with us. When they already in a better position,
Oh, they emulate.
than
They
how
emulate.
we are.
They emulate just as much as us. But you said it right. They're in a better position to where they can emulate and still get a promotion. They can emulate and still get.
So that goes back to my earlier point. I ain't got no problem if we were in a better position and then this stuff is going on.
Bro, that's
You hear what I'm saying?
Then you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have that type of rap because if we was in a better position to rap about that any kind of blasphemous. You know, like why you rapping about that? You don't even live like that. Your mom's doing good. You got 2 cars garage. You got your own fucking house. Like why you rapping about drugs and shit? It's some kind of thing.
Well, you do know people who rap about drugs ain't never done no damn drugs.
Yeah.
Because it's with number one what they like to listen to, and they rapping about it, and they like to feel.
If we were in a better position, just like he said, the white kids that emulate rap, goddamn well you ain't live that life. Yeah. So it'd be the same if our culture was reversed and we were living or doing better. That type of rap wouldn't even exist. Rap may not even exist.
But I just want to again, like I said, I don't have I got a problem with it, but on a different tip with the actual rappers.
Right.
I got a different problem with the rappers. But I'm saying, I'm talking
not their fault.
But I'm talking about the people is what I'm saying that they're gravitating to, that they like. That is where the problem is.
Why are they gravitating to it? Do they like
the demographic for hip hop? We're all out of the demographic for hip hop. Like it's a kid's genre of music pretty much.
You ask why they like it because
it resonates with them
because it sounds good.
No, what they see every day.
It's what they're doing. That's why I'm saying. That's why it's so popular. Because yes, kids when I was in high school, you're doing drugs.
And you say what they're doing. Okay, so we should start cleaning up what a lot of people are doing.
It's high school.
Is that good or bad? Trying to clean up what people are doing.
No, it's bad. I think it's bad.
It's good to clean up what people are doing.
Let me say why it's bad though. You want, as a kid, you want to get those things out of your system so that you know what it is and you know what it's not. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna take this guy's word for it that you can. Some Joe Schmo on the street, marriage is bad. All right, I should take his word. No, you gotta experience everything, man. You gotta go experience that shit to know.
We have to experience certain things, yeah. But what I'm saying, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about our people.
All people.
To where it becomes a big difference because we personally are in this rut that we need to get out. Because you and I had this conversation about a couple of weeks ago as far as like things that we can try and do to help get out. We had that, and this to me, this is one of because okay, at what point are we actually going? Just because you got one person that did something over here, one person collectively we're losing, and we got to come up with solutions.
Yeah,
I know what I'm saying is, but other cultures are doing stuff, and we're not doing anything.
we're doing something.
No, I'm saying to where.
We're doing a lot.
You want to see it on a bigger scale today, and it ain't gonna happen like that for us.
So give me an example.
We've already been kicked back.
Give me an example of what we're doing.
Head start to us.
Give me an example of what we're doing.
You mean what black people are doing?
I'm saying to my comment that you made a comment.
Yeah, but
what are we doing?
We're doing a lot. We're the scientists. We're
the black lady that came up with the vaccine for COVID. I think.
I don't know. I don't know. Possibly. But we have always been doing things, man, and you gotta recognize like a lot of these cultures have a tremendous head start of us.
Our culture is better because this black chick came with COVID.
Nobody said it was better.
I said we're doing. No, I said we're doing things. And
I'm saying that we're not better in comparison to other cultures. I'm asking. He said we are good. Yes. I'm saying give me examples of how we because I'm saying we're not. You got Oprah. You have Michael Jordan. You have Jay-Z.
On a small scale.
No. I'm going down the scale. You even have the person who just graduated college.
Okay, I thought I was crazy.
Meet the black scientists. Yeah, forefront of COVID vaccine. Yeah. We're doing stuff, man.
But what I'm saying is, you got either person who just graduated college, which is on a different scale than Oprah, but that person did something.
Right.
Okay. You may have 10 people that just did that. You may have 3 Oprahs, 4 Michael Jordans. Mm-hmm. As a whole, that does nothing for us.
Well, it's because of the system. It's not because of our culture, though. It's because of the system.
But what I'm saying is, but let's just say if there was and this might be the worst example, but let's just say there wasn't a certain type of people, if you go on a list, and let's say we're here and you remove these people here, we would move up. We would look better in that sense. But when you put us up against everyone else collectively, we're not looking at great.
I don't think so. We're very influential as a culture. As a culture, I can name several things that we do as a culture.
Influence, yeah, like I said,
that's powerful.
Well, I even said earlier, we invented most of the stuff.
That's powerful.
But just because we invented it, everyone's using it, but no one's actually being able to be benefiting from it. Just because they stole a lot of patents.
That's different. But we're doing stuff. But we are very influential as a culture. And when we put ourselves up against other cultures, we are way hell nah. It's us.
Okay.
We drive a lot of shit that goes on. So fashion.
So then
music.
As a black culture, you're saying we're good then, right?
Yes, I feel like we are. We are progressive. And why I say that is because, I mean, I don't know, some people, let's just look, the roundabout figure everyone throws out there is 500 years. It's how long slavery was going on. It would take at least that long to get up out of that hole before we really start being like, oh damn, it's very tangible, we can see it now. But you can't say that 200 years after the 500 years we were just enslaved and be like, oh yeah, we got some catching up to do. Like, we 500 years behind.
You said we got catching up to do. How we gonna catch up?
We gonna catch up the best way we can.
By doing what though?
The best way we can. Everybody's
now you enter into what I'm talking about.
Everybody's route gonna be different. Even as a culture, within a culture, everybody's route gonna be.
What are we gonna do to make ourselves?
No one culture does anything collectively as a whole. You know what I mean?
You got to be the one that had the answer.
A lot of they do.
You got the answer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a layer. There's no answer. There's no right answer.
But that's what I'm saying. I came up with something. I want you to come up with something.
That's what you came up with. Is not a good idea though. Get rid of hip hop. No.
I said, is it good for the culture? Yes or no? And I'm saying no. I didn't say get rid of it. See, I don't think y'all
understand. You just pointing out an issue, like that's just your issue that you have. So it ain't really
because I see it is a problem.
I get where he's coming from, to be honest, but I don't think that it's bad for the culture.
I don't either. No. It can't be.
Well, okay. One of the reasons why I say it's bad is because it'd be different. Like I keep saying, if we were on a different scale, then I wouldn't say. But we got to clean the house. Because I'm tired of us being in the same thing that we keep complaining about, and we have reasons to complain on a lot of areas. But on the other side of complaining, we ain't doing nothing to help our own selves because all we have is us.
It's gonna happen organically,
and that's why I'm not talking to this white dude over here. What can we do to help? No, I'm talking to this man. What can we do to help our own self? That's
the only thing that you can do is in your circle, making sure your circle is tight, making sure your circle is
and
elevated.
That's part of the reason why I sent y'all those 2 videos the other day.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't. That's all you to try to take on the whole plight of black people. Like you were stressing, you would die of stress.
But that's why I think we was talking about that the other day along with that conversation. But how much longer are we gonna continue to be how we are now though? Because we gotta. I'm tired of this situation that we're just. I'm tired of it, and I'm like, okay, at what point is something really gonna change?
Maybe hundreds of years, man.
It's gonna be hundreds of years. It's gonna take at least 500 to get up out what we was in. Not only that, the foundation of what this country, which we live in, was built on, wasn't too good in our favor. You know what I mean? So, but to think about it, that's how we became a world power.
I get that. I get that, but
so you're asking us to do something in a system that is designed.
Right. So
well, that's why most of us are in jail. We have the highest rate of incarceration because the foundation was built off of doing black people dirty.
I got that, but to that foundation was then.
Oh no, it's now too.
The foundation.
It's now too.
The foundation was then.
It's now.
The foundation was then. Okay. Time has moved on. Okay. Things have changed all over the place. So where we're at right now, the only thing that I'm tripping off of right now that has something to do with the past is reparations.
The premise.
Let me finish that point. Reparations is the only thing that I want from the past as far as what we are due. After that, I don't have anything else to do but just be a citizen in the United States and try to do the right thing and try to find ways to bring our people within ourselves to build something better. Because no one else is going to do it for us. They do it for everyone else, fine. They don't want to do it for us, fine. Let's get when we're old and let's move on within ourselves to build our own self up. And I'm saying the kind of rap music that we listen to today, the majority of it is one thing that's holding our youth down. And that's all where I'm trying to go with that. Now, is that you understand some of what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Now, is that a bad stance for me to have an opinion on?
I'm like an idiot to say that's a bad stance. No.
and that's all I'm saying, because I'm saying he's talking about the past. The past is the past, and I got that, and it's built up to where it is now. But I don't have another 100 years to be trying to wait on some stuff that we can start trying to do now. Is what I'm saying.
I just want to say, I can tell you, don't hold your breath, brother, because trust me, yeah, it's gonna be longer than that, man.
And it is changing, but it's not changing as fast as you may want it to
And
change.
it's not.
I'm sorry.
It's
just a,
because it's deeper than hip hop, because it's like
No, it's much deeper than but it's part of it. Yeah, like I said, it's multiple things.
Because
that rap is just kind of.
If it was not hip hop, it would be something else that the system would be producing for our culture that would have us entranced on some bullshit, man.
That's a cop out.
That ain't no cop out. That's a fact.
I mean, would you agree to that? If
it get back to the foundation.
They got rap music for a reason, because now, but if we get rid of it, they're gonna give us something like.
If it wasn't hip hop, it would be something else, man. Because the foundation was built off of building things.
If it was something else, then that's a problem with us, and that's where I'm going.
Some things is out of your control.
Right or wrong.
Just
because if they give us something else, I know you ain't gonna fall for it. You ain't gonna fall for it, but
it's already here.
But that's what I'm fall for it.
Why we got so many liquor stores?
It comes in many forms and fashions. It's same as churches. Why you don't need that? And then the
Right,
thing is,
okay. You said liquor store.
That shit everywhere.
Right. You don't necessarily go to a liquor store like that. It's nothing wrong with even buying liquor. I don't care that it is in the city right there. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, but people are flooding it though, and that becomes a problem.
Place, so you take away the
But I'm saying, but it becomes a problem. Like you don't have to go up in that liquor store and do all that stuff.
because the folks have
Yes,
problems.
yes, you do.
But then-
Folks have
but
problems
then-
and they want to numb their problems, man.
That's a good point, because you don't have to go in that liquor store, just like the youth don't have to do what they see the rappers are doing, but the rappers are there. They
But
make their
right,
music.
the rappers are
The
there.
liquor stores are there. They can sell their liquor. They
Exactly.
don't have
Right.
to.
Exactly. The
So
rappers
the
are
liquor
there.
stores aren't doing that bad.
Right,
The people
right.
going in there are the ones that's
Yeah.
okay.
To a certain degree.
So the rap ain't bad. It's just people that's influenced by it need to get a stronger mind point.
Okay. So let's almost go from the top again. What do you think my stance is with rapping? Because y'all kind of you're saying this and then you're saying
If you
that.
don't listen to it and you don't like it, to me, you're talking from an old man's point of view. If
So I do listen to it and I do like it. So I
I
don't
don't
know
know,
what
I
you're
don't know
talking
who you listening to.
Who you listening
about.
to?
I mean,
Give me 3
I
artists
mean-
you listening to right now, and I can
I'm
definitely
saying, I
let
wouldn't
you know.
defend it if I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
I
listen
would be
to
the
it. Tell
same
niggas
as
too.
you.
Wait, say it again. You say what?
I wouldn't defend it if I did not listen to it. That's why I'm kind of defending
Really?
it, because I listen to new.
You wasn't
rap.
defended because that don't make no sense. Why? What makes you walked in here and rap music was being played? So I don't know what you mean.
Who were you playing? I can't remember who was you playing.
It doesn't. Why does it even
Because
matter?
it does matter, man.
He
because
said I don't listen to it.
you can't be if you have the
Wait a
stance.
minute. He said I don't listen to it, and y'all both heard it. So I don't get the argument.
New hip hop.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
That does.
No. This, to me, in my opinion, is just as bad as the bad. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I can come to you and say I have a problem with it all. Is what I'm saying. I was giving you my personal with our group as far as our problem. And now I'm giving you the next generation's problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. That's all I'm saying.
You
It's just a
can't-
huge problem. The thing is this. With our generation, because of what was happening, less fathers in the house.
It's not due to rap music.
I was just about to say that. It's not because of rap.
What I'm saying, but it played. Hold on, you said it ain't for rap. But the thing is, if you shouldn't have listened to rap music, not everyone, just that one guy, and because he heard Eazy-E do something, he went on ahead and did it.
Is that
So
easy?
he was influenced by side.
As a grown adult, yes.
But the point is, I never said nothing about the rap music should not be played. That's what y'all not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying that the people who are gravitating towards this, we got to change their minds because they're doing certain stuff based on what they're listening to. It's not affecting me. I can listen to the same thing I listen to, and I can go to work every day. It doesn't affect me. You have people with minds that aren't that stable. And I'm saying it's a nice majority where it's a problem now. It's been going on for so long. We got to stop it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't say stop that rap or rap in general. We got to stop these people from doing what they're doing based on what they listening to.
But it ain't, that's all I'm saying. It's a small piece of it though. Because I think people watching on TV, they're probably listening to music. And if they watching love and hip hop or whatever the fuck going on that's on TV,
Now,
that's a small piece of it.
Okay.
Like, I think that's a smaller piece of TV.
love and hip hop and all that kind of stuff is the second tier of the rap music.
I think that's first though. That would be if you want to say like have
because this stuff been going on. The love hip hop is just a small portion that kind of started.
That's just
Rap,
started.
what I'm talking about, the kind of time I've been going on for about 35 years.
So as movies though, I just gave one aspect of it.
Right, but people ain't doing certain things again.
Because you can see
I'm
it,
talking
not
about
only
black people.
Yeah.
You give me a white person that went out here and killed someone based off a Stephen King movie. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But you ain't gonna find no black person doing that kind of stuff. They're doing stuff
everybody
with rap
culture's
music.
different.
That's all I'm saying.
Everybody culture's different. So
I want to talk about our culture.
all right, we talking about our culture. We are influenced
that
by
was
the
the point of
media.
this show, talk about our culture.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is movies, bad movies been out about drug dealing and black people killing folk. You know what I mean? Like what do we say? And then while saying
Okay, how about this then? No, so that was your point. What do you think is more influential? Rap music or the type of movies you just talked about?
It's gonna be rap music because rap music.
No,
is
I want him to answer.
constantly
No, he's supposed to answer.
I would say the movies. Because
Wait a minute, hold on. Now, you just said rap music.
music, I said the movies, and I say the movies
Nah.
because you can see it. You can see it. You're
Armando.
seeing what they're doing.
Armando, based upon our dialogue we just had, you gave a response to that. What do you think that he said the movies over the rap music when it comes to
The
black
movies
culture?
are visual,
You can see it, man.
But
but rap music is consistently like if I made a rap song and that song was about killing my mama, you know, fucking her best friend and selling drugs, you gonna hear that 10 times a day, every day.
all right, stop right there.
You know?
You said movies. He just said rap music. What you got to say to that?
He's allowed to have. I'm not saying he's totally wrong, but my opinion is that it would be what you see, because if you see it and you hear them, so you not only it's the double impact. Not only are you hearing, but you're also seeing how to cook crack, how to sell dope, how to shoot somebody, how to load a gun, or how to whatever the fuck, how to pimp, whatever you want to look at as negative. You can see it. You can see what they learn. All right, let me go get this shirt. Let me go get this gold chain. You know what I mean?
Now you see like, damn, he did that because it's easier to do that than to take my ass to school, work hard, go to college, get loans, student loans. It's easier to become Michael Jordan when it's 100 niggas trying to become Michael Jordan. I can just make this song talk about bullshit.
Rap videos.
And I got big chain, big car.
Rap videos is the same as rap music. It's the same.
It's the same as the visual aspect.
Visual, yeah. I'm just visual.
Okay, so
anything visual.
I'm gonna say it like this: is what you just said about the movies. I don't agree that it has anything majority-wise with black people.
With culture, yeah.
Hold on to that though. Hold on. I don't think it has anything to do with the culture at hand today. This is what I say today, from the 80s up until now. You got one or two paid in full might have did something, Men's Society might have done, but the majority, those movies was just only based off of what was happening. People was already doing that stuff. But my point to what you just said, I'm only going to agree with you as far as the black exploitation movies. Now, prior to that, a lot of people weren't doing certain stuff, but when they saw Superfly and all them, then they mimic that kind of stuff. I get just on that tip, but that ain't our culture anymore. This is what I'm talking. That's why I said from the 80s on up. It's what I'm saying. It's two different things.
The media has changed though, so now it's not movies.
Hold on. You pondering. What's over the
I
pondering?
was just listening to you because them was made in the 70s, so I guess they hit the cutoff point. I got
The
you.
media has changed. It's not movies now. Now it's social media.
But you're trying to make it seem like movies play a big part.
It did.
No, I'm talking about a big part in from the 80s on up, which is topping over rap music.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
that's your-
My daddy was out there trying to dress like Superfly, you know what I mean? And there was plenty of people that tried to dress like that man and wanted that same type of car. My daddy still want the car. And he's 60 years old. Because of that movie that he seen. It wasn't because of Diamond in the Back Sunroof Top. It's because he seen him pimping. He seen him riding down the streets. He seen that Cadillac. He like, damn, I want that. And he still every day tell me that. He want the lack.
And a lot of times these kids see this shit in real life. So it's not really just rap music. They walk outside and they see it. They know these cats that's doing what these rappers doing. They, so it's a little visual.
It's what you see, man. It's
Okay,
it's what you
okay.
see.
So then, are you guys okay with rappers being role models? Now, when I say rappers, I don't want you to give me J. Cole.
They should.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm only talking about the rappers who you know I'm talking about.
Yeah, but who?
But man, you can't just X out J. The man, he's a rapper too, man. They all got
no, because it's obvious. Because when I say that, I don't want you to give the.
Because I never know what type of rapper. This whole time I never knew what type of rapper you're talking about. I think of fucking 10, 20 rappers in my head because we talk about new generation.
You could just go down the line of the mainstream rappers, just in general.
Okay.
I'm saying as far as role models, because this is part of why I'm having an issue with that, because a lot of the families, in a lot of cases, don't have fathers there. So with that being stated, you have these men out here. Let me get it out. You have these men out here that's doing certain stuff. That's saying this is how you gotta be with a woman. This is how you gotta treat a bitch. This is how you gotta do this. You gotta do this. They seeing this, but this is the only father that they got. And now they're mimicking what these guys are doing. So that's the second problem that I have. You get what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but just that particular comment about this is how you gotta be with a bitch. That shit died after our generation. That was our generation. They don't do that shit no more. That's why I say you don't listen to it. They don't do that shit no more. You got women rapping, calling themselves bitches. The guys don't even be on that shit no more.
Well, I mean, that's even sad within itself.
But I get what you're saying. That's what we grew up with. Like, smack this bitch.
Yeah.
They changed it. Actually did, man. They don't even do it no more. These motherfuckers all super conscious, talking about wearing rubbers when they fuck bitches and shit like that. They ain't call them bitches. It's different now. That's what kind of got me listening to it. When I heard the song, I was like, that's what they rapping about? It sound too bad. And I killing motherfuckers up like we was. They just trapping, selling drugs. They talk about guns. Like, everybody got a Draco. Everybody a kid.
Okay, but besides it, if you feel they ain't talking about bitches, but they talking about stuff that can get them in jail.
It's negatively influenced. Yeah.
So
but
that's still a problem, is what I'm saying. Like for instance, my cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These fools, just a little younger than you. They in their 30s. Brother, what's going on? Y'all got y'all guns up on Facebook.
But is that rap music or is that the real life?
Okay, so rap music plays a big part of it.
Why? Because they took that like, damn, I live like he lived, like he rapping my life.
But the point is, man, this is not.
I grew up like
a good
that.
look,
Yeah.
and they can get you in jail for doing certain stuff as far as what you're doing.
But each man
It's-
has
it's-
Without
what I'm
rap
saying.
music, they still do it.
that's what I'm saying. Each man has to make
Because the lifestyle came before the music.
See that's what I'm saying. I think rap plays a big part in why it
Rap
is.
plays a part. I don't think it's a big part. It
I
plays a
don't.
part. I don't think it's
People
a big
still
part.
be
No,
talking guns.
I'm talking about.
People still
I'm
be
talking
selling
about
dope.
now. What I mean by now, I'm talking about since the '90s. I'm talking about now because the '80s had the earlier stuff, and then when NWA and Scarface them kicked in, people wasn't necessarily on it just yet. They was listening to some provocative music.
Right.
The music was just provocative. That's just kind of what that was. And it was some brothers in the hood. That's when gangs really kicked in to where, you kind of, this is your
But
neighborhood.
that's because some of the rappers were actually gang bangers, so they rapping that lifestyle.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem with that at that particular time. But at some point we gotta mature. And now I'm talking something different. Now I'm on the rappers as far as the material, but I'm still not even on them.
Right.
I don't have to turn this shit on. But when I see these men over here acting this kind of way, based off a common thread, it's like, God damn, man, we got to change
So
this stuff.
when you rolling and you see the 4 cats on the corner standing with their pants down, guns in their waist, you rap music. Automatically. You don't think like they actually living that life. Whatever reason their upbringing was and why they like that on that corner don't have nothing to do with happening for real. You think like that goddamn little baby, you know.
I think it's a big portion that
You
might
can't
be from
do it.
Right, you
music.
can't come on saying.
I
I
said, I
don't think it's a big
and
portion.
this is why I said I think, because there's a lot of cases this where it is. Like I said, I'm not a white person outside. I'm inside. I see this. I had friends. I got cousins. You know people that y'all would tell me about. It's not like it ain't there. So I don't want y'all to act like 1%. No, it's there. It's an issue. Now y'all may not. I'm not here to convince you that I'm giving an opinion, but at the same time, let's not make it act like it ain't nothing to think about though. Cause y'all make it seem like
I don't think it is.
I don't know why you thinking that.
You had your phone with hip hop, and then you can't be like out the game, not listening to him. I'm like, you never got change. Like, no, man, let them have their fun, man. Don't do that.
We gotta get
You had your fun.
the pussies together.
Man,
Crazy.
let them have their fun with hip hop, man.
Tap,
Don't do that.
tap, tap, like that.
That's what you fun listening. You can have your fun with hip hop. Now you ain't listening to. Now you want to. No, man. They gotta have their fun too. 'Cause yes, it can be harmless, but we are 3 living proofs that you can listen to hip hop and still be a productive member of society without it still being an
The
influence.
people that are easily influenced probably easily influenced by Iggy.
That's what I'm saying. It would still be there. Yeah, you would get them
They walk
somewhere
outside,
else.
they see, Junebug and his life feel caught. Hey, damn, Junebug, how you get that shit? Like, kid, we like 4 cats to get this. Now he out there trying to do the same thing. And then do it right.
It's a lot of people that are easily influenced. Now that you can't control, man. That's just people. Well, weak-minded people are. They're easily influenced people. They're
Okay, so
You
okay,
can't control it.
let me be fair. Then. Let me be fair. I'll be fair. Rap music ain't had nothing to do with anything. So what's our problem? This is a real question. So what's our problem with our black culture, primarily black men? Well, before I even ask it like that, is there any issues?
everybody has issues. Everybody has issues.
I mean, and if so, what are they? And then before you go there, give me examples of why, if there are issues, what's making the issues? This is a legitimate
This
question.
is black men with black men.
You say who?
This is black men with black men.
I
That's what you asking?
don't get the black men.
What are you asking?
I'm asking about black culture, primarily black men.
What are our issues?
If I can't say that
Issues
you,
with-
I
Right.
no,
Like, what
just
issues?
no. What issues are we having within our culture? That's all I'm asking because a grandmother is still in black culture. So when you say black men and black men, no,
No,
I'm saying primarily black men, but just our culture in general. What are the issues in our culture? The reason why I brought this subject up is because to me this is one of our issues. You guys say it's not. So now I'm asking you, are there any issues that we have? And if so, can you give an example of one? I'm just curious.
The issues that we have are just human issues. I don't think it's more of, well, some of it is a product of back to the system.
Lack of good paying jobs can be an issue.
Yeah, and some of it is a system.
Why cats resort to
Yeah, some of it is a
ill-bad
system.
means
So
to getting money.
it's a little out of our control. So if like
Like
back to
white
my
men,
example,
our issues are.
yeah,
White
if,
tape, we can.
yeah, but if
Wait,
you
you say what?
Ask the white man, maybe he can tell you.
No, I ain't asking no white man. I'm asking
Alright.
black brothers about our
Prime
culture.
example,
I'm not bringing no other race into this. I'm
the
asking
educational
about-
system. If you could, like I promised I gave earlier, you can go to any hood and it ain't a lot of good schools.
Like,
Like
got shit to do with rap music.
so,
Okay.
and
before we go further with that, so you said good schools.
yeah,
Okay. So school in general is there for people to learn, right?
yeah.
Do you think some of our issue is that a lot of our kids, if not a certain amount, really not trying to go to learn?
No, that's not it either. Because
No, I'm asking.
no, I'm about to tell you. The system, even the schooling system, was not designed for our culture. It wasn't designed for our culture though. 'Cause look, I'm about to get to the answer. What I'm saying is, as a culture, we don't learn the same type of way that the system is set up. As culturally, we don't learn the same way as regurgitating stuff out of a book. Maybe we are more hands-on. Maybe we are more, you know what I mean?
You agree with that?
I agree with it to an extent. Yeah, actually, I do agree with it.
We don't.
I agree with that because everyone don't learn the same. And then a lot of times in our community, which I don't have physical proof, but I've witnessed it, that we're taught levels behind other.
Yep. I experienced that firsthand.
You know, so what you learned in 5th grade, another kid learned in 3rd grade.
I experienced it firsthand. I was going to school in the hood, then I went to Parkway for a little while.
And you're behind.
I was doing stuff that I should have been done.
Okay, y'all just said two different things though.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Just because you're getting taught at it is different. Because just because you're getting taught at a different level.
That's the issue within black culture.
You saying just because you're getting taught at a different level is different than him saying we can't understand. That's two different things. Because
no, that's two different things. Right? That's two different
I know
things.
it is.
They're both educational issues.
I know it is.
They're two issues.
Do you agree that there's two different things? What I just said.
There's two different things.
Okay.
But it's still an issue within the black culture.
Educational. They're both educational issues. Okay, and you said what are the issues?
You wanted one, we gave two.
Okay, but even though if you learn differently, well, not learn differently, even if I'm trying to go off what you just said, even if you learn at a different pace.
No, being taught, not learned. He said taught at a different pace. You've been taught stuff in the 3rd grade that other schools are being taught.
I got that.
You know what I mean?
I got that. But what I'm saying to that is, you being taught something at a different pace. What does that have to do with you being learning though? Because you can be learning at the same pace as the white kids or under. He's saying we can't learn in general whatever we've been taught.
Not whatever we've been taught. Just people learn different. That's how he was explaining it.
Yeah, not saying everything.
Some people are hands-on. Some people can, just it's different with how you learn.
So,
but what you're learning is still 2 years behind what they're learning, which is an issue in the black culture. That's to answer your question.
Okay, so now is that a real issue?
That's a real issue.
No, I'm saying is that a real issue that we have heredity as far as just our black people just not being that bright, because that's what it kind of sounds like you're saying. This is my opinion to a certain degree.
That's the way you saying it.
No, that's a choice that the school district is making to teach the kids things that they should have learned.
I'm saying it based off what you're saying. They can read it. We need pictures. We can't read it that way. We need pictures.
You might need pictures, but I can read it. So you may have to go to a different.
No, you just said we learn differently than what they may learn.
I said possibly. That's a possibility, and I do believe that's true. Yeah, I do believe that's true. Yeah. Now I can't say that we need pictures of what that looks like. It's just the system that is.
You may have
created.
You may be dyslexic.
Yeah, it's just
But the teacher constantly giving you the work as if you're me. You're not passing it, so you're failing. So now you're behind 2 years or behind a year because they didn't realize that you had dyslexia.
That's an unfortunate situation.
It is, but sometimes that happens.
But that's 1%. That's not. That's
You want an example?
Well, I got several more examples. That's just one example, man. When I get done, it'll be the percentage of the
Okay, give me another example.
The laws that are made in this country, which is why you have a high incarceration rate of people from our community.
Now, why are people being incarcerated?
Because the laws are given to us, or we are punished partially for some of the same laws that are broken.
No, I'm asking why are we incarcerated? Is what I'm asking.
Because somebody that commits the same crime for, let's just say, drug trafficking, and it's a white and a black person. The white person might get probation. The black person might get 3 to 5.
But why are we incarcerated? What I'm asking though.
What are you talking about? That's why. Like if one person, it could be the same.
That's
systematically.
That's not why you're incarcerated.
That is why. If the system,
you incarcerated because you committed a crime. So my point is,
well, so did that white person commit a crime, and he never went to jail. He just got probation.
That's unfortunate.
That's the system.
You shouldn't be committing crimes.
You can't tell somebody that's coming from a low income, a low educational system to not commit no crime.
Is it unfair that's a whole different other subject. You shouldn't be committing crimes.
That's tough to tell someone that's coming from those type of communities. That's easy for you to say. It's tough to tell someone that's coming from that type of community.
I don't have a problem with someone committing a crime that really need to for their particular family or whatever. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about these clowns out here that's doing it because a lot of something what they hear on rap music or what they see their friends doing think it's cool or this, that, and the third. I'm talking about that. So to ask the question, why are you being incarcerated? It ain't got nothing to do with no white people not going to jail.
It does.
It ain't got nothing to do with
That's a part of the system. That's a part of the
system. It's got something to do
system.
with you committing that crime.
No, it's a part of the
So we
system.
got to get you to stop committing those unnecessary crimes. That's where I'm going with that. So that's why I asked you those questions that way about the education thing, because what I'm trying to do is get an understanding of what we personally are doing. I get their stuff against us. I got that. I ain't thinking about that stuff right now. That's a whole nother beast we got to worry about. I'm talking about what are we doing that's helping certain situations. He's trying to get an excuse of, well, because I'm black and that's why I got to go to jail because I committed this particular crime, but it's unfair that he white. Brother, you shouldn't have did the crime in general.
See, but then you get back to the system because then they are forcing people to be a part of certain communities that are all black, that are high in crime. So if it's a such thing as part of your environment. That's a real thing. That's something that everybody is not going to be able to escape and avoid. So if they have redlining, which is another systematic issue that is forcing people into certain communities that are high in crime.
Your environment is a real thing, which is a wrong thing.
It's easier said than done, man. Everybody is not
It's not
going
an excuse for you to act the way that you act. If that was the case, then you would be doing that.
It gets back to
you would be doing that.
Majority of people are easily influenced, though. That's what it gets back to.
Well, we can't say most people are easily influenced because that goes without talking about rap music.
No, that's a product of your environment, not hip hop. That's a product of your environment, not hip hop. That's a product of your environment, not because of the hip hop. It's because of you growing up in an environment that is high crime, that you're seeing everybody, and some people are being forced into it.
I had a good foundation. My granddad was like my fucking rock. That shit was everywhere around me, and I was in it. He didn't know some of the stuff I did, but just having him did make me not do it when it was time to go do dumb shit. And I was like, nah, I gotta help my granddad cut the grass. Grass being cut.
So you making my point right now as far as you personally making the choice to not do certain stuff, to where you didn't have to worry about. To where you don't have to worry about certain stuff that everybody else is worrying about that you don't need to because you're putting yourself in these situations.
Because he's not easily influenced, but I bet you.
I was at first.
I ain't got you the white man. White man ain't even gonna be in this conversation.
You ain't got to.
Because that's a whole different other beast.
The thing is,
we're talking about what are we doing?
Yeah, prime example.
That's helping keeping us down.
Prime
that's
example.
the point.
When you said that you was good and you weren't gonna do that, I bet you it was more people that went with the bullshit that said that I'm good, I'm not gonna do that. And that's all I'm saying, man. It's just people. Most people are easily influenced. So
and you putting yourself in situations that you don't have to be in.
You can't control that though.
You choose to not do stuff. You choosing to do stuff. And the stuff that you're choosing to do is hurting us. And that's where I'm coming in with the problem.
That's the beauty of life, man.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the beauty of life.
And I'm talking about with our people, not just people in general.
Yeah.
Our people, because I'm tired of us being on the bottom of this damn totem pole. I'm tired of this stuff.
It's about
a lot of people are complacent and cool with it. And just be like, well, over time it'll change and cool, like that's how you. I'm on this train with these people over here. Let's make some moves. Why? Because everybody else already done that. They already made these moves. This is what we doing. This is how we doing this.
What moves they make?
No,
how easy was it for them to make them moves?
Is it how easy?
Yeah, how easy.
Well, for one, the first thing they did. I'll tell you the first thing they did.
Herb's talking for you.
Which is the first thing that we need to do.
What was that?
Realize our situation and figure out what we're going to do collectively to try and make it better. So, that's why you got a lot of communities circulating their own dollars in their own communities, blah, 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 blah. I said this to you, that's one of my issues. And you gave an example of why it ain't the greatest, but I'm not even going to say the her shop. I'm not even going to say that because I want to hear the opposite of what I'm going to say to that. Liquor store. Why don't we have our own liquor stores? it ain't the best product, but whatever. So all these Arabs and everybody else, our own liquor stores. Why don't we have our own stuff? Because we've done this already in the past. We've done this with our own selves in the past. We've done this.
Another system issue.
We
it's hard to get loans. It's hard to, if you say
I'm saying, yeah.
DeAndre on the loan application,
It's so easy.
you're not gonna get the same interest rate. You're not gonna get the same. You know what I mean? It's back to the system, man. And I'm not saying it's all the system, but the system has the biggest part to play in it than anything, more than hip hop.
So
or anything
we got money to go blow on bullshit like Jordans and jewelry, but you got people that was like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, became millionaires with their own selves before the United States government blew it up.
back to the system.
Their system was way worse than our system.
But
They just came up out of slavery.
and that's what I'm telling you.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
No,
they
it's-
came together
you
with
proving
a
my
particular
point.
code.
Yes, and they did.
I'm saying that because I'm answering his question. What can we do? And I gave an example. We need to come together to figure out what our own thing is and go like that. They dollars were circulating within themselves. They did it all on their own. They went out to Oklahoma. This is what we gonna do.
And then what happened? The
They
system fucked them over.
But the fact of the matter is, we can't use it as an excuse to not try to do something.
Well, we tried it again. The Black Panther Party. What happened? The system fucked them over.
Okay, so we still gonna use that
No.
excuse to continue not do it.
No, then we have Martin Luther King.
We're gonna use that as excuse.
Then we have Malcolm
I mean,
X.
you keep coming out of stuff.
And every instance, in every instance,
Yeah, he's saying that it ain't that we can't do it. It's like whenever we do it.
in every instance, man.
Now, but with that being said, though, again, I want to get to the point to where they can't do it.
Let's go ahead.
And all those examples was not even us fucking it up. It's the outside entities fucking it up for us. Cause I was going to say that we fuck it up for ourselves. You know, for me to have a liquor store in the hood,
That's kind of his fuck you. It's like you.
I'm doing it for you, but then
You hurt the community because you putting liquor in the community.
Okay,
that's hurting us.
but to that, even though we got the liquor in the hood, I don't have a problem with that. The thing is, we got the people who's going in there, not the people who's going in there, but the people on the outside. Watch the people going in there, got a problem, gonna rob it, blow it up,
Exactly.
whatever. But it's
Exactly.
us. And I'm saying we got to get them on
Exactly.
board. And you can't do this shit either.
Like that,
It's
I
time for a fucking change.
I agree with that.
This is what I'm saying. And a lot of what you might not agree with at this particular moment, but they getting these visuals and these hearings from rap music.
I don't think so. I think it's
I'm a pull a kick dough.
It's
like-
like a liquor store.
it's
a liquor store around the corner.
It's a poor decision being made by someone that's coming from a poor educational system.
Which is no excuse.
When he can come to the liquor store and ask me for a job.
Which is no excuse.
No, it's not.
It's no excuse for that.
I'm just telling you what is the
Yeah,
fact of the matter.
No,
I'm not saying it's an excuse.
One person, that's an excuse.
No.
No, it is.
No.
One person, that's an excuse because it happened like damn. But when we collectively doing this, hold on, man. I think this is something that y'all just don't want to get caught doing.
You putting the onus on people that are trying to do the best that they can, but if you got a lot of drugs being forced into these communities, a lot of poor educational systems built in within these communities, you expecting something so beautiful and these good decisions to come out of something that how could you expect beautiful things? It's like a plant. It's like you picking a plant soul and you're expecting it to grow.
By that being stated, what you said is never gonna change that.
I mean, not saying it's never gonna change, but it's gonna have to
But
organically happen.
what's gonna make it to change then? Is either it's never gonna change or what's gonna make it to change?
I ain't got the answers, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You ask me.
I don't think nobody got the answers. If it was that easy, we'd be doing it.
That kid that's been born today might be the one to come up with the answer 18 years from now.
All you do is the best that you can do. That's all you can do to represent your community, to represent your culture. That's all you can
There's
do.
not a Martin Luther King born every century and generation.
And look how he died, trying to pull people up and stuff like that.
We don't have the answer.
No, all you can do is the best that you can do, man. That's the best advice, the best tactic right now.
Okay.
It's the best that you
Okay,
can do.
the best that you can do. Okay, the best that we can do. In
You-
comparison to the best that the Asians can do and other communities, their best seems better than us.
So we're sitting there looking at them, worried about what they doing. Wow, look at that, look at that, look at that.
The thing is,
And I'm using that as example of how their lives are a little bit better.
They didn't go to
and
slavery.
why we should be better because I'm tired of our lives not being
Taking
better.
over slavery.
Because we don't deserve any of this stuff right now. Slavery is then.
Okay, but look what happened.
But we're not doing anything to help ourselves
Because
now.
after
I'm
slavery,
saying we should
it's something new every time. So it was slavery, then there was Jim Crow, then there was segregation, then there was red. It's always something within the system that is a result, and it doesn't have our best interest at hand. And that gets back to the foundation of this country
Bro, I
that
get
did
all
not
that.
have our best interest at
I
hand,
get all that,
man.
and I get that other communities didn't have to go through any of that.
And we're still going through stuff
I
though.
get all that. And yeah, we are going through certain things. But what about the things that we can actually control that we're not doing anything about? That's
So,
where I'm
what do
going
you
with
think we
that.
can control then?
Say it again?
What do you think we can control? What can you control?
We
what DeAndre do out there on the street?
We can try and control ourselves to have more respect for one another, even more respect for yourself.
That's all.
We can
Yourself,
start trying to build some actual men up and say, hey, forget about all these bitches out here that you keep hearing on the street and on the radio. How about you try and marry someone? How about that?
They get back to
How
my point.
about you not have kids? Say what?
Shit.
How about you not have kids?
That's what I'm saying. You talking to a 15, 16-year-old like on a basketball squad, like, no, man, he's
So,
fucking,
do
man.
you want me to give you an answer or not?
I'm just
No,
saying.
but-
I can't have no fun and then be on the game and be like, no, we
But
gotta change. Like,
I'm
no.
asking you a question. Do you want me to give you an answer or not? Because I gave you an answer because you asked a question
That's
for
not
an
no-
answer. I gave you one and you don't want that answer.
Because that's not feasible, man.
It's,
That's not feasible, man.
there's no hope for us now.
I guess not, because it just, you look back
It
on
ain't no hope for us
look
now.
back on yourself 15 years ago, man. You was doing some of the same shit you saying we shouldn't be doing there. That's all I'm saying. Let folks have their fun, man. Everybody gonna grow when they grow, man. That's the beauty of life. But you can't be like,
okay,
we
said that
can't have it,
fun.
man.
I think black people would have a little too much fun.
No, man.
And other societies would take care of business. Now that was the conversation that you and I had outside that truck that day about taking care of business.
Yeah, he was saying why black people ain't come up with their own power grids and stuff like that. Which, you know.
I didn't say that. Okay, so the question was, this might need to be another show. But, okay, well, I can see it. First of all, what time you got?
About 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's 4 o'clock. All right. We would say this last thing. Well, to that, one of the reasons why I spoke about rap music is because I find it's a portion of many portions that's hindering us. Because we're being hindered all over the place, what are we going to do if white people disappear tomorrow? And that was the conversation that him and I had. Because we out here playing around. Okay? And we're not being mature. I ain't talking about 1 or 2, I'm talking about collectively as a group. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally can't.
I don't agree with that.
I personally can't do certain
understand.
stuff. I personally can't do certain
Talking
stuff.
about all black
I don't think that you can. This man might, but we need to come up and say, hey, we might need to start thinking about some stuff to where I might need to go start trying to learn something here because these are the formation of stuff that we got to figure out. You see what I'm saying? Just because I'm not doing it now, I can be doing it tomorrow. But if we're not having these conversations, we're screwed. Because what I'm saying is we're so dependent on white people, if not just the government, we're so dependent on it. If it black out, if we left tomorrow, they'd still be running shit.
You
It
come from
blinking
me.
out.
He could have got on me last
That
podcast.
don't make sense.
Yeah, if I'm saying that shit,
If
like-
that was a legit whiteout where they just poof and was gone, why wouldn't we come to power?
Yeah, we would
Why
come
would
to- yeah, that's
you
what
talking
happened,
from
man.
a small percentage when you got a whole world of people and their black people is probably so far advanced in whatever you think that we can't do, we can do. I mean, it's hard to just fathom that we wouldn't.
No. I don't think you get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
We just gonna be stuck with our hands in our pants.
no.
We need a leader,
No.
y'all. Like,
I was white man.
Well, yeah, we would. No, what
You
I'm,
mixed. How much?
okay, what I'm saying to that is, first of all, number one, it sounds good. But secondly, when I make that statement, it's not like eventually, hold on. Eventually, we will get to that particular point. That ain't what I'm talking about. Eventually, I'm saying in comparison to the minds of today with these two people right here, what I'm saying is, just think about it like this from this standpoint. Okay, get no clearer than this. If black people disappeared from 1989, white America would not blink an eye. Everything would still continue to go the
Because
way
it's
that it
already
is.
continue to go as if we're not here.
But the point of the matter is, let's say if it was flipped. I'm saying we need to start getting more in a position to where if they just poof and be gone, or if we just want to overthrow these motherfuckers. In general, it sounds good to do this, but are you really equipped and ready? That's all I'm saying. So I'm not talking about over time.
No.
If
Who's to say we're
no.
not right now today? Because I think you're thinking of this. This is
Do
where
you
you
think
at
you can?
when you got all of that.
If they go,
Hell yeah! What the
Hey,
hell?
that's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
I didn't say that we can't.
We don't have as much opportunity as but yes, we could, man. We would be fine. If my manager just so happened to poof tomorrow, I would go over me on Monday. Yeah, I'm the manager now. I would make a great manager, bro. You know what I mean? Here's the fucking our director, whatever the hell. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, life would go. And you just got on the last podcast about doing it. It's like you only coming from it from a black perspective because that's all you know. But white people have issues, Asians have issues, every culture has issues.
I ain't get that last thing you said.
You making it seem like we're doing so much worse than other cultures, and I don't think that's
So
the case.
are we or are we not?
I don't think so, man. I really don't.
Amanda, are we or are we not? Because before you answer that, I've been hearing a lot of complaining for a long time.
You one man in St. Louis, man.
So now, are we or are we not?
I don't think we are.
Okay.
I don't think we are not better.
not.
We're in the same with everybody else. Everybody have issues,
I
man.
don't think we are. I don't think we are because just like you, I'm one man in St. Louis. I don't know what's going on in Oklahoma or California with black people. I don't know what black people in England are. I don't know. So I can't say that, black people, we just down bad right now. We never gonna come up with white man disappeared. We won't know what the fuck to do.
So then basically, if you say we're not on the totem pole, then there's really nothing that we should be complaining about then.
I ain't heard me complain. I mean, shit. Now, you might get somebody that does complain, and that's fucked
Okay,
up.
so when you hear someone complain, do you think that, of course, that is their opinion, and they can have their opinion, they can express it, but do you think it's,
I think the points are legit.
well, do you think it's worthy of them complaining when he said he don't think there's anything wrong with what's going on with black people in general? In a sense of we're on the same level as other people.
There's some negativity that's highly publicized.
Yeah, overly publicized.
Yeah. So you're gonna look at like, damn, black people ain't shit. They ain't never gonna get right. But you're not looking at positive. It's probably more positive than negative, but you're not looking at it like that. All you're caring about is the negative. That's why you keep saying it. I don't think it's like that. But I don't know. That's why I said I don't think we're bad. I don't think we're down bad.
So the negative that is seen, you don't think that is regardless of the good outweighs it, regardless of that. Just the negative in general that you've seen, it really don't. I'm assuming it really don't phase you as far as being an issue with us. It's just something that's just happening, and that's just kind of just what that is. But it don't affect us in general.
I'm coming from I probably shouldn't speak on this because I block out a lot of negative shit. Like, I don't watch the news. I can't tell you what's going on in the St. Louis community or what crimes they happen because that's all they're going to talk about. And that's going to bring you down. It's negative shit. They're not going to talk about the dude that over
the
the
story on news.
Yeah.
You gotta jump on TV.
Yeah, it's going to be some shooting or something that happened in the hood, you know what I mean? And I just prefer not to ingest that, you know what I mean? And I think you start talking about influences and things that really have an impact on the culture. That is a main one. The news, you get on the news and there's always something, you know what I mean? It's crime, like, and that's all.
Shit happening everywhere all the time and they never publicize it.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
just
but it gets back to
So you say there's a lot of good stuff that happens, and then you say there's a lot of good stuff that happens more than negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how come on, like, let's just say World Star Hip Hop? That's a mostly black.
that's for kids though.
That's a mostly black watched website. Okay. How come they don't have a lot of positive on it? Like what's
They
wrong
don't
with?
sell. They don't sell. They don't get clicks, man. They don't get clicks.
You
You get somebody get knocked out and somebody open in the doctor's office. That ain't gonna get no clicks, man. That's just how business works. Like, that's just gonna get the clicks. That's gonna get the clicks. It's gonna get the traffic. That's what you want. You're not gonna get traffic from somebody selling a puppy out of the
Now,
World Star
not,
isn't just-
that's
Oh
what
yeah,
you want.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Now, that's what you
fact.
want. Now, with that being said, that's kind of an issue though. If you want that kind of stuff, not the individual person.
That's
I'm
human.
talking about-
That's not
it's
our culture.
groups of people
That's human.
that want
That's
this kind
human
of stuff.
That's just human nature. We want to be entertained. That ain't entertaining somebody watch somebody open up. They ain't not entertaining about that. Ain't nothing to laugh at, or if you ain't gonna laugh, you're gonna be like, oh, that's good. But you see somebody getting knocked out, or you see somebody getting cheated on, you're like, oh, I gotta click on this, you know what I mean? Because it's entertaining. You come to be entertained. You don't come to that site is not to inform
Well,
or
all that being
educate.
said, though, I get the entertainment aspect about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I agree with it or not, I get that. I'm only saying, but with other cultures, as far as they got stuff more tighter than I feel that we do, I think it's time for us to get a little bit more tighter on stuff. Case in point, just even like with finances and stuff like that.
They do. But they got.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm tired of this rut that we're in. We're going to continuously do the same cycle.
But
and
you're
keep
saying
saying over time. I mean, we need some.
You saying it as though other cultures don't have it. White culture, they got TMT. That's the same goddamn shit as World Store. Cameras following, cameras trying to catch something, cameras trying to, which a lot of it, some of it's our culture, but a lot of it's not our culture, man. But it's the same thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to tell you. It's just like,
Right, but I ain't
other
got
cultures got the
with
same shit going on,
TMZ and
man.
all that because again, that's what white people are doing. My
Right.
issue is with our people.
you can't help it.
And what I'm saying is our people, I'm tired of just seeing how we are, how we've been, what we're going through, and what we're just not doing to move forward. That's what I'm saying. I'm having a problem because I got to a point now where I've lived long enough to where I'm like, look, man, some of this shit we got to start changing these our ways. So our next generations can go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been changing.
No. I've seen a couple of changes, but I'm saying
how fast and how far
no.
forward.
But I'm saying I've seen a couple of changes, but I'm saying, but I'm in the black culture to where I see what black culture does and do. To where I'm saying, hey, just because I see a nice majority that's not, and they're not being taught or even that because it's not cool. Well, who's teaching them that it's not cool? Or why isn't someone teaching them that it is cool? We gotta start changing
I think
stuff.
there are changes, man. I don't know. I mean, we still gonna have the negative outweighing the positive. I mean, I see more black millionaires now than I think I've ever seen in my whole lifetime, whether it's via the internet. However,
Well,
they're
I
making
mean, black millionaires.
Those are positive things that
We
are
had
going
black
on.
millionaires back in Tulsa, Oklahoma
Yeah,
days.
you sure you did.
That
There's
does
more now. Keep it becoming a millionaire tonight just on the internet playing video games.
Right.
So
No,
that's a positive change.
That's fine that you live in a society where you can become a millionaire.
That's a
But
positive
that,
thing.
but that is not doing anything for our culture, though.
That's a culture.
That's an individual. That'd be one thing if that dude he came with $10 million and then decided
We don't know what
to
he's gonna do with
do
$10 million.
a college or something. Then that's something for the
Okay, we
culture.
don't know.
Him just getting $5 million don't mean nothing to me, or you, or these people over here. But if he
There's
built
one
something
less
with
kid
it,
that's outside doing
if
the
he
negative
built
things
something
they
with it
doing.
though, no, you ain't gotta get $5 million to be positive. I ain't got $5 million and I'm positive. I ain't out here doing stuff. I don't need $10 million to not
Like I
be
said,
negative.
That's one negative
You know what I'm
kid.
saying?
That's one less negative kid out on the street doing whatever you say they be doing.
And who should be the driver of this change? Where do you think this change?
All of us should be.
Okay, so within each household.
That's a start.
Okay, well then it starts with the parents, man.
But it ain't start. Just because I talk with my son and he taught his daughter. Okay, we need to
That's a start.
that's how you start.
That's a start.
How else you gonna want to start? You can't
It got to be little, man. I don't know.
You can't start with you and your neighbor.
Hold
Get
on.
your just get
Hold on,
your
but
stuff
what I'm
together.
saying is just because you did, just because I did,
I see a lot of cats doing
what I'm saying, collectively, it's not happening. Why? Because you had our generation come up.
You said and you or product of your generation.
Right.
You didn't do it.
Right.
So that's
But I'm saying, but we had enough to where we got too many dudes in jail. We got too many dudes not in the house. We got too many dudes that's out here walking around the street. We got too many dudes. It's just too much of that in 2022. We got to change that. We got to stop and rearrange stuff because we already had a structure back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. We had a structure already.
But you can't use that same structure though.
Yeah, you
The times
can. It
change.
works because everybody else is doing it.
The times change.
No, everybody else is doing the same thing. It's just us. We changed. We changed. We don't have to go out here and sell these drugs like that. If you want to be hip and don't want to work at McDonald's, well, that's that. I mean, brother, you got to change your mindset. Work at McDonald's. Don't do nothing gonna get you locked up. And then your little brother watching you do stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. He don't know no better because you ain't teaching him better. Then we got this unnecessary cycle going on, is what I'm saying. It's unnecessary. Now, it's either right or wrong right there. Right or wrong. You got to change up your mindset on what we're doing as a whole. I don't put me as an individual in none of this stuff.
But you have
because I'm still a product of. I represent you. You represent me.
Don't no one moves collectively like that though. No more.
That's the point I'm saying. We need to. You ask how we're gonna do it. I'm saying we
all
need
right.
to start doing
When
this.
the last
We
time
did it
that's
already.
been, when the last time that's been done? And this because it's something that's not that
In the,
easy,
in
man.
the 60s.
Okay, that's like 50, 60 years ago, man.
And look what happened to us. And then why did it happen?
Folks
So I'm
don't-
saying we need to start changing some stuff.
You make it just sound so easy, like yeah, we just gonna decide to change. It's just not that
Brother,
easy,
they
bro.
had it less than what we had now.
It's not that easy to
And they
move
did
collectively,
it.
though. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about to move collectively as a culture.
No,
and even then,
moving collectively
that wasn't a
in wrong
culture.
areas.
That was a community. That wasn't a culture. That was
Moving
community.
collectively in wrong areas. That's my argument on this show.
What I'm telling you, bro, that was a community. That wasn't a culture.
If you want to get somebody to do something, get a rapper and he gonna move that crowd to do this.
Not the culture. He's gonna move a small group of people. You saying as a culture we gotta do something. No culture has ever moved collectively. Tulsa's a small community. There wasn't no culture, man. And that's what I'm saying. As a culture, no one has ever moved collectively, no culture, in one direction. That's just other than I'm gonna look out for this person, but if you ain't in a position to do that, what do you mean? How you want somebody to move collectively as a culture, collectively in one direction? No culture has ever did that, man. At least not in America. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree and disagree with that. But enough of us can be part of a culture that we're not doing, is all I'm saying. And we're just playing this wait and
that's
see
going on
game.
now. No, that's going on
We're
now.
playing this wait and see game, and I'm like,
I think we're going on that.
That's going on now. Collectively, there's a lot of people that like I'm not with the bullshit. But that's all that you can do. You can't be like as a culture. We all got to move that way because that ain't gonna never happen.
Satisfied.
okay, well then, okay, if we're moving and
It's not moving fast enough for you. Sorry,
if we're moving in particular ways, as y'all say, then would you be part of a particular movement that's doing positivity that help advance our culture? Would you?
Why would I not?
So I guess that's a yes. So would you be a part of a culture, not be a part of something that's a movement to help our culture move forward? Would you be part of that?
I would have to think about it, man. And I'm not even just trying to be contrarian, but I mean, prime example, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, look, that turned out to be some bullshit.
That wasn't for us to begin with.
Black Lives Matter wasn't for us.
But if you on the outside looking in, you gonna look at it as if it is.
It is for us, yeah. And you gonna be like, I'm moving it.
I'm on the outside looking in, but what it really was, it was a charade.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's why we have to. I need to see who at the top what's going on.
Okay, well then let's get past that. That actual movement that is actually. I mean, damn, I don't know why you come on, man.
No, man, it's like, man, I need to know what the hell going on. I'm very leery like that about shit. Like when you get a lot of people together moving in one direction, I get leery, man. I get leery because it's a lot of.
I mean, I get that. I'm talking about on something for real, man.
If it's something for real, then yeah, of course I'd be a part of it. Yeah, but that's hard to, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. It ain't just you wake up every day and you see some shit like that. That's why I will be already be leery. Like, we got our stuff together there. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't even feel right. So yeah, I would be like, look, what's really going on? I need to peel back the layers and who at the top and why we make this decision and where we really going. But if everything is legit, yes, of course, and you know, in a perfect situation, yeah. But you know, that's wishful thinking. And I hate to sound pessimistic like that, but it just is what it is, man. I haven't seen in my lifetime too many examples as a culture. Now we might have these little small pockets, and you get the little Black Panther and this and that group that you know want to get, that's gonna do something, that's trying to do something for the people. But
well, I mean, so I guess we say this and then we probably wrap it up. But there is movements going on right now. There are movements going on right now, and there's one particular movement going on right now as far as with voting.
who?
Voting.
Uh,
And working collectively as a group of black people to put ourselves in the political realm of holding the boat. Now that's for a totally different topic. But the fact of the
Yeah,
matter-
we about to go down the rabbit hole again,
but
man.
the fact of the matter is, but it's a movement that's happening for us that is planned to be very, powerful as far as being able to make a statement. Because we haven't made a statement, as you said, in so long. This is a powerful statement that we're trying to make right now. So I'm saying it's a powerful statement. Like, we haven't came together as far as anything else other than maybe voting for like that dude Barack Obama. But past that, we ain't really came together as far as to make a particular movement.
Yeah.
And that's the next one that's happening right now. So, but one of our problems, like I was saying with the rap music, one of our problems is with the black coaches force with that situation of the government with voting. And that's another thing that's being used to try and get us in a better position. So, there you go. So, that being said, we're gonna close it on out.
All right. We signing off from
Well, you gotta close out properly, man.
Probably. What's up?
Come on, Mano.
Man, like, comment, subscribe to What's Your Perspective.
Shit.
Are we on that ass?
Forgot all about it.
So yeah, we supposed to say that early on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. But subscribe first, and then like, and if you want to leave a comment, make sure it's positive.
Sweet. Supreme signing off.
Richard Wolf, we out here.
Peace.